I can group some of them.
Okay, great.
Okay, really quickly, long-term safety data available for any of the COVID vaccines. I love talking about this. I just had this conversation with someone last week. And so think about it this way. If you look across all vaccine research, okay, if a person is going to have an immune-mediated side effect or response or reaction to a vaccine, it is overwhelmingly likely that it's going to happen in the 6 to 8 weeks after the dose has been administered. It is infinitesimally rare that a side effect happens out of that 6 to 8 week window. That's why the FDA required at least 6 weeks of safety data. Okay, so does anyone know the long-term effects? No one knows the long-term effects longer than anyone who's been vaccinated. I got vaccinated, first dose August 31st, and I was at what was called the late phase trials. We have people who were vaccinated in the early phase trials, and the most of those were just vaccinated, let's say at most maybe 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months tops ahead of me. Okay, so now we're going into, I am a year plus being fully vaccinated, year and a half first vaccination dose. So that's the length of the information that we know from early phase trials through to today. But most vaccines, and I can't emphasize when I say most, like you can look through the research, if it's going to cause a long-term or it's going to cause an, I should say, an immune-mediated effect, it's going to happen in the first 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, we will continue to follow people to learn more about how their bodies respond. There is no expectation that there's something that's going to happen 5, 10, or 15 years out. But we also don't know that people should know. We don't know the long-term effects of COVID. What we do know is that people still have symptoms 6 months out, at least sometimes half in certain studies and at least a third in other studies. So those are the two things that you want to weigh in your decision. So that's one. Another one that I wanted to address was this issue around if it's, I think it was, if it was a small amount, I think it was the first one that came in. Okay, yeah. How, like, if you know that there is a small amount of staff that are interacting in the ratio, I think it's with nearly 500 elementary school students ineligible, approximately 50 staff members, how impactful will the vaccination be against COVID-19 given the staff to student ratio? Very impactful. If you save one life, it's the universe to that one person. It's the universe to that person's family. I lost my father. If I could have saved his life, I would have jumped at it. What we see happening, and I want you to think about it this way, in long-term care facilities, workers who did not get vaccinated, and we had fully vaccinated older persons, and they got infected from a worker who did not get vaccinated, and they lost their life, that could have been prevented. And think about it that way. No one has to lose their life. We have such powerful tools, and the tools are safe. So regardless of the ratio, yes, it makes a difference. It makes a difference for everyone to wear a mask, and it makes a difference for everyone to get vaccinated. And try to just find one